empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step.
Welcome all to Realltom Football. You have joined me here on your big Premier League weekend. This, folks, everybody, to start you off on your Saturday is AFC Bournemouth against Sunderland in the Premier League. Here we go. Hello, everybody, folks, and a good evening, good morning to you all, folks, and welcome back aboard here, folks, to Real Football. My name is Tom, bringing you the watch along today, everybody, folks, for Bournemouth against Sunderland live in the Premier League. If you do now watch the replay, please do make sure you leave a like on the stream and hit that subscribe if you are new. And thank you very much indeed, folks, to everybody who is here today on this big weekend on Real Football and this big Premier League weekend. And of course, whilst this may not be one of the most glorious of games of this excellent Premier League roster of fixtures over the course of this weekend, we do have a 12:30 kickoff in Bournemouth against Sunderland, where last time at the Stadium of Light it did finish in a 3-2 win for Sunderland, who came back from 2 goals down to beat the Cherries at the Stadium of Light. But our eyes are focused on that blockbuster clash, which is scheduled for 5:30, in which should be a blockbuster, and it's Leeds United against Manchester City, which is probably the headliner of the entire weekend when you consider how the last edition of Arsenal-Chelsea went for the neutral. Kickoff, though, at the Vitality is 12:30, and that is where we start you off on this Saturday. And tomorrow, live action comes in shape of Manchester United against Crystal Palace to kick you off at 2 o'clock. And then the 4:30 kickoff is Arsenal-Chelsea. And of course, as a standard, you will get a fan cam after the match. For anybody who didn't get the message, I will be in attendance next week for Brighton and Hove Albion against Arsenal at the American Express Stadium as well. Okay, 12:17 in the UK. Hope we are all doing well, like I say. And yeah, Bournemouth against Sunderland, really just a bit of a kind of mediocre warm-up to what should be a firecracker at 5:30 later on. I can only expect a really good game. It just looks on paper to be a brilliant game of football later, Leeds City. I don't know why, but it just, for me, it just has the ingredients to be one of the best fixtures for a while. Particularly the way Daniel Fargan's got Leeds playing. For me, personally anyway. Are we hooked up to the Bluetooth? Yeah, we are. Perfect. Match coverage is available via my least favourite sports channel at the minute, who are TNT Sports. If you do want to watch, you can watch on TNT Sports 1 HD or TNT Sports Ultimate. Yeah, not that I find much ultimate about their coverage of football at the minute. But yes, coverage is on TNT Sports 1 and TNT Sports Ultimate. Young Gunner _7, welcome aboard to you. How you doing? Good to see you and welcome aboard. Yes, fortunately, I only have to watch TNT Sports once this weekend. Buggery, shitballs and craps. Oh, I've just realised the midweek round of fixtures is on TNT next week, not bloody Sky. For frack's sake. Oh. Great. So I've got to watch Wolves, Liverpool and Tottenham Palace on TNT Sports. Oh. Don't like TNT Sports. Anyways, it is what it is. Can't do that about it. Right. Well, yeah. Just if you don't like TNT Sports, brace yourself. Adam Summerton and Lucy Wardy commentators for today, by the way. Just let you know pre-while. Okay. Well. All of the rest of the games across this weekend are not live on TNT Sports, including 3 o'clock kickoffs. Burnley against Brentford, Liverpool, West Ham and Newcastle, Everton. Then that absolute firecracker at 5:30. The game probably of the weekend, although Arsenal, Chelsea, of course, is also big, and we better win it. Yeah, that huge game, Leeds City later. And then tomorrow's 2 o'clock kickoffs include Brighton against Nottingham Forest, Manchester United against Crystal Palace, and a London derby between Fulham and Spurs. There are 2 London derbies across this Premier League weekend, but overall, both in and outside of London, there are 3 derbies that have taken place this weekend, including Wolves' 2-0 derby win over Aston Villa yesterday in a West Midlands derby where Villa were not good enough. I'm going to go for a comfortable Bournemouth win. I don't think Sunderland have been playing well recently. For me, Bournemouth should have an easy game. The impact on the league table then for Wolves is that they move on to 13 points, surpassing Derby County's record, and to within 6 points of Burnley, to within 12 points of West Ham United, and to within 14 points of safety. And Villa are impacted by now being 5 points behind Manchester City, who, of course, with a win at Leeds United in that game later on, can extend that gap to a 8-point gap. A singular point would make it a 6-point gap. And Manchester United, of course, now have the opportunity to, of course, surpass Villa on goal difference and go into third should they beat Crystal Palace at Old Trafford tomorrow. And we're going to be live for that game as well here on Realltom Football, with Manchester United against Palace being a big opportunity for the Red Devils. Let's have a look, though, at the impacts for Bournemouth and for Sunderland. Well, currently it's Bournemouth above Sunderland. They're in 8th. They've not lost any of the last 5, so much of an improvement on their form. -2 goal difference. It would be lovely if they could clear that for themselves today and get themselves onto a 0 or even a +1. They will need a win to go above somebody in the table, and that somebody would be Brentford, who they'll go above until they play Burnley later on. But Bournemouth will be on to 41 points within 4 points of Liverpool and Chelsea, and moving themselves into 7th until Brentford play Burnley at Turf Moor at 3 o'clock. Their opponents are Sunderland, who can move on to 37 points with a draw, level on points with Fulham and Everton, but their goal difference is a -5 compared to a -3 and -2, so they would only be able to move as far as 11th. But with the 3 points, Sunderland, they can move on to 39 points, and that would move them all the way above Bournemouth to within 1 point of Brentford, no matter what, up until they play later, who, of course, can extend that gap for a win at Burnley. But yes, the 3 points will cement Sunderland 1 point above Bournemouth and all the way up into 8th. And we will keep an eye on what happens in the 3 o'clock kickoffs as well. And obviously at 5:30, we will give you a brief scores flash and a league table analysis. However, it is a massive game that's on 5:30 today. And I know people that I'm a culprit of overhyping games, but I don't think I'm going to be able to overhype that Leeds City game later. It just sounds like, to me, goals, entertainment. I don't think anybody's going to be bored with that one later. I've been looking forward to that game for a while, actually. This is not just a quick, here we go, Match Week 28, pick a game to hype. Nah. I always look out for that one. Okay. Team news then for Bournemouth and Sunderland. And it is no defeats in the last 5 for Bournemouth, opposed to that, Sunderland have lost 4 of their last 5 with a 3-1 defeat away to West Ham. They did beat Burnley 3-0 at home, but then losing 3-0, 1-0 and 3-1. That's 2 home defeats in a row for Sunderland as well. So yeah, really not a great form at the minute for the Black Cats. They are, of course, missing Granit Xhaka, but are they still missing him today? No, they're not. So George Petrovic begins in goal for Bournemouth, a back 4 of Truffert, Marcos Senesi, Hill, and Alex Jimenez in the back four behind the midfield, which is split into two parts, seeing defensive two of Alex Scott and Tyler Adams behind the attacking three of Marcus Tavernier, David Brooks, and Ryan. And then Ellie Krupi is the striker of choice on the bench. For Bournemouth is Adelson, Ryan Christie, Adam Smith, Bafoda Diakite, Amin Adli, Enes Unal, Alex Toff, Christos Mandas, and Belchko Milosavljevic. Milosavljevic. For Sunderland, it is Robin Roofs in goal, a back four of Gitruda, Dan Ballard, Alderete, and Trey Hume in the back four behind the midfield three of the returning Granit Xhaka, alongside Habib Diarra and Noah Siddiqui. And then the front three is Talby, Maenda, and Enzo Lefebvre. On the bench for Bournemouth is Nilsson, Angulo, Chris Rigg, Luco Nine, Wilson, Isidore, Bertrand Traore, Milan, Alexic, Melker, Elborg, Harrison Jones, and Jensen Jones. Are they brothers? 1551, same surname. They could be brothers, you know. There is no Brian Brobby for Bournemouth today. I am not sure, as per the context, as to why Brian Brobby is not available for Bournemouth, for Sunderland, but no Brian Brobby. Yeah, well, that's a loss of firepower already for Sunderland. I'm not going to lie about it. No Brian Brobby for Sunderland. So what will this game deliver then? I don't think it's going to be the most entertaining of games, if I'm honest with you. But you have to sit through the boring games to get to the exciting ones that take place at places such as the Emirates Stadium in Ellen Road. I mean, I can't say for certain, but there is something about Leeds since, well, really, when they beat Chelsea, because Daniel Farker has done something, and now Leeds look like a really, really top side. Okay, they have had a few defeats, still 4-0 to us, obviously, but outside of that, and on the whole, for the most part of the season since that change, they've been really positive. And honestly, if they can continue into next season, they could have a really positive season. Sunderland in their blue kit this Saturday lunchtime, and Bournemouth in their standard black and red with dashes of gold kit in the 10,000 capacity Vitality Stadium. One of the smallest grounds in English football, not just the Premier League, because obviously there are some grounds in the Vanarama National League that are bigger than Vitality. Oh, well, that's a stat. Eliza Maenda, not a goal scorer for Sunderland since opening day in that 3-0 victory against West Ham. Well, there you go. Can Maenda get on the score sheet? As far as I'm aware, this is a fairly comfortable one for Bournemouth. And Sunderland and Reggie Lebrun, in a difficult run of form, have got work to do to try and get out of the tough spiral. One thing is for certain is that teams do find a way to win games under the most difficult circumstances, because Wolves, of course, got a huge win over Aston Villa last night in their probably final derby between Villa and themselves for a couple of years, because obviously I think that even though, yes, you're getting positive performances like that with Wolves, I still think they'll get relegated. I don't think it's going to be avoidable for Wolves to get relegated. I think it's sealed and done. And we are underway at the Vitality. And Trey Hume, early ball forward. That's going to run for a Bournemouth goal kick. Trying to get started quickly. Sunderland. And I believe the last time we watched Sunderland was the 1-0 defeat at home to Liverpool. Their first home defeat of the season. And I have to say, I thought they played poorly in that game. And I think that when you are coming at home against oppositions like Liverpool and Man City, I think that is the difference between Leeds and Sunderland. I think that Leeds just have a natural emblem of excitement in their football and real passion and almost a possession of you to get forward in those types of games, all games at the minute for Leeds. And I think that's the difference when it comes to big games between Sunderland and Leeds. Obviously, Burnley are also part of the promoted three, and they have managed in a big game this season, obviously getting points at Stamford Bridge and Anfield. But I just think that when it comes to the big games, particularly at home for Sunderland as well, they are a lot better at accumulating points. Leeds are a lot better at accumulating points against, like I say, Liverpool's. I mean, come on. Leeds got a point at Anfield. Okay, Burnley did as well, but still. And obviously, I didn't see too much of the Man City game for Sunderland, but I got enough information to know that, really, a 0-0 draw, they were hanging on for their lives at times. And I just felt like they didn't apply themselves in that Liverpool game, Sunderland at all. I thought there was a lack of application, and I thought that they got punished for not applying themselves. And that's exactly what happened to Villa yesterday, by the way, at Molineux. Siddiqui, early effort, good save by Petrovic, who got down well to his left. Here's Xhaka making a difference on the pitch. That's a foul in the back, is it? Ball's cleared away. That's going to be a free kick. I mean, it is quite a firm elbow from Alex Jimenez on Enzo Lefebvre, who was going to shoot. I'm not sure if VAR are having a look. Are they? Well, the interpretation from me is that because play's back underway, the check is complete. And I think that it's not a Stonewall penalty, but it definitely could be a penalty. And I do understand the frustrations of the Sunderland players. Ryan tuning in. How you doing? Good to see you, and welcome aboard to you. Floated in from the free kick by Xhaka. It is all Sunderland at the minute. Bournemouth struggling to get hold of the ball. I mean, look, we'll just touch again on the run of results for Sunderland. I mean, obviously, because of how well they started the season, there's not really a concern about it too much, because obviously they can't get relegated. They started that well that they are practically safe. I mean, I don't think there is a way they can get relegated, but the bad form still is not great. And that is a brutal prediction by Ryan Shoon. Probably a prediction that won't come to fruition. I don't think Sunderland will get anything here. I just think Bournemouth, in a game against a team like Sunderland at home, for me, they really, like I say, my prediction is 2-0 Bournemouth. So there is another free kick, by the way. Alex Scott. Another Sunderland free kick. Xhaka in the face, threw over it. And the first 7 minutes have been all Sunderland pressure. It's a curling in swinger. It's not going to have any impact other than a corner. I think that Scott could have avoided conceding that corner there. I didn't think it was the greatest deliveries. I also think that the body positions of the Sunderland players weren't great either. And I think probably you could get away with just letting that go out of play. Seems like a bit of a needlessly conceded corner there. Alderete straight into the side netting, the corner goes. Mr. B, Harry is in the house. Welcome aboard to you. Ballard's interception. So, Sunderland throw. Well, you're already missing Granit Xhaka, Brian Brobby. Xhaka's just come back from injury. Trey Hume was just feeling something around his calf. Ball over the top. And Bournemouth do get a foothold onto Tavernier. Nice 1-2. Ball across is a good one, but there was 2 back, and there was a Sunderland. I think it was Ballard in the end who got that toe poke intervention. Had to work hard to get that ball across Bournemouth, but did it. And Ellie Krupi is going out to take this corner of the game for Bournemouth. Short routine. I don't like those particularly. Brooks. Out of play it goes. Yeah, a bit sloppy. Humes. Long field pass intercepted. Back forward again. Xhaka. He was off balance. Couldn't get the ball under control properly. And Scott's won the ball. That is poor execution by Ali Krupi. Completely, I don't even want to say drags. Slashes. I mean, there could well have been a foul in the build-up. I was questioning it. It's poor, that. Poor execution. Take a touch. Go a bit more further infield into the box. So let's see. That's going to be a free kick. Noah Siddiqui is challenging. The game's starting to flip. Noah Siddiqui just in the back of Scott there. Who do you fancy, Trufer or Scott? It's a short one, and it is by Trufer. Scott. Across to Jimenez. That's nice movement. And the out ball out to Adams. Edge of the box. Is there going to be a hit from Trufer? Not quite. The crowd did say shoot. Tyler Adams. Marcus Tavernier on the ball for Bournemouth now. They're having to be patient. That's looked like a foul to me. If we get a replay, I'll analyse it more, but it looks definitely a foul to me, that. Not given. Just about 15 minutes gone. About 16 minutes gone. Sunderland throw. Sunderland throw. That's what we're going to get. Off the ball collision. Alderete went down. I didn't see the player involved. Trey Hume couldn't keep that in, I don't think. I'm almost sure that ball went out of play. Yeah. I think the flag's gone up for offside. I mean, for me, the ball went out of play. He nearly kept it in Trey Hume, but Sadiki's pass looked too heavy. Flag's gone anyway, but could be a problem here. Lefay and Mayenda linking up. Now Xhaka. Dan Ballard slides it through. And well, that's an error from Petrovic. And Eliza Mayenda gets his first goal since opening day. That's a huge error from Petrovic. He spilt it into an area. And it's instinctive for Eliza Mayenda. But for me, this is a huge error by George Petrovic, who in a Bournemouth shirt doesn't make too many errors. That shot parried into a dangerous area. You've got to take more command than that. Be aware of your surroundings. Yeah, you've got to be grabbing hold of that. You've got to take more command of your goal. Because that was gift wrapped for Eliza Mayenda by George Petrovic. And Sunderland are ahead at the Vitality. And they have started well, to be fair, Sunderland. But like I say, that goal gift wrapped by George Petrovic there. Absolutely gift wrapped. And Bournemouth, the onus is on them to respond quickly, I would say. Oh, Diarra. Oh, there could be problems. And Sadiki. Are we going to get another one of those games where Bournemouth go 2-0 down and then come back and win 3-2? Are we going to get the reverse of the last game? The home side winning 3-0 from 2-0 down. Who knows? We have 25 minutes left of this first half. Well, I'll take confidence of the fact that they haven't lost when scoring first this season Sunderland, which is a nice stat that's just been put up by TNT. My ender. Nobody's in the box. It was overhit anyway. Yeah. Well, just seeing the goal again. Poor goalkeeping, but great forward play by my ender. Very instinctive. That's exactly what you have to be as a forward player or a striker. Alex Jimenez. Rayan. Now Scott. Are struggling to find a way through Bournemouth at the minute. Well, I tell you what, I would not mind if the Premier League got rid of Saturday lunchtime kickoffs. I tell you. Jimenez, good ball across, and coming into the back post, David Brooks. An intervention though by Geertruida. And yeah, absolutely would have been a David Brooks tapping at the back post. He was there with Johnny on the spot, but Geertruida with a crucial intervention. Bournemouth corner. And punched by Robin Roofs. Is there going to be somebody to hit it from the edge of the box? It's still alive. It's going to go for a throw. No, it's not. Kept in by Scott. Can Scott create something with his trickery? He did, but not quite a goal. The linesman's flags up. Which halts the attack from any further play. Through to George Petrovic this time with no problem. Made a few errors as a Chelsea goalkeeper, but not too many errors at all in a Bournemouth shirt, really. It's a surprise that he's made an error, but we all have an error in us. Though his error does cost a goal. It also costs a clean sheet. So Gareth Gillett wanting the free kick retaken. Short to Petrovic. Got to try and get it out, Bournemouth, because Sunderland have got 4 or 5 players up there pressing. The sniffing. And yeah, the high line works because Bournemouth lost the ball. Now they've won a free kick, Sunderland. Straight through to Petrovic, no problems. Senesi's ball. Tavernier will give chase. Groupie and Tavernier, good effort, spilt by Robin Roofs, still alive. Oh, there was a few ricochets. It was spilled. It was close to him though when he spilled it. No. It's not bad, this game. Not bad. It's got an edge about it. That's gone for a corner, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. Yeah, couldn't grab a hold of the ball. Robin Roofs. Rebound from Scott. Most certainly caused the problem. That's a flat corner, which causes a problem, and Jimenez strikes it really hard. And it could have hit a hand, but I think it hit a body. Yeah, I do like it when it's driven low and hard. It works. But that's the thing. If you're going to go low, you've got to make sure you make it hard. You have to apply the power on low balls to be able to make them, firstly, good to watch, but also to make them functional. And that was functional. And yeah, it may have ricocheted off a hand, but all arms in that box with blue shirts look to be down and naturally positioned. Well, last time out for Bournemouth, it was a game that they were involved in, which didn't really offer that much entertainment when they visited West Ham. They'll look to improve on that performance today by maybe getting an equaliser. Alex Scott drags his shot wide. Simple wing play. Ball to the edge of the D. Can you be a bit more inventive than that? A crude piece. Down for Bournemouth, although I say that he's back up now. Enzo Lafay. Trey Hume. Robin Roofs winning a free kick and drawing the foul. Yeah, he's got the ball at his feet. And when you've got the ball at your feet as a goalkeeper, you do lure strikers towards you. It was absolutely a risk, but he does draw the foul. Here's Tavernier. Oh. Saved by Robin Roofs. Oh, that's a foul. Looks really late. Looks really late. By Geertruida, it's a yellow card. It looks really late. What was it? Oof. Not the best, but it was Geertruida with the tackle. But Noah Siddiqui has gone in the book, not Geertruida. Probably dissent and have a go at the ref, but he looks a bit confused, Noah Siddiqui. I don't think he speaks English, Noah Siddiqui, so that might be another reason why he's a bit confused. Tavernier all saved by Robin Roofs, who got across well and quick. And from it will be to Bournemouth. And the opportunity will be to deliver a long throw, which maybe could cause a problem. And I think it would be helpful to the cause if they could get a goal before half-time. Burnley, Brentford, Fulham's. No. Burnley, Brentford, Newcastle, Everton, Liverpool, West Ham. Yeah, well, I don't do 3 p.m. kickoffs. Not anymore. Angry? I'm not angry. To be fair, I'm a bit tired. I ain't gonna lie about it. I'm a little bit tired. I'm just a little bit tired this morning. Probably just a Saturday lunchtime blues. My face ain't red. I'm going to have a haircut. I'm going to try to. Might have a haircut on Monday. Ahead of my trip to the seaside. And like I say, if Charlie's coming or not, I'm still going to stick to that little bet. I will jump in the South Sussex Sea if Arsenal fail to win at the American Express. So yeah. Ooh, lots of games on Wednesday. Newcastle Man United being one of those. Here's Ryan. Byline. Ball across. Six minutes to go. We're ball into the... no. Images of the Fenerbahce fans flew. The Faye's going to have a pop. 4 minutes to go. Sunderland still in the lead. Tyler Adams. Dogs over the bar. That's 2 minutes of the half in normal time. Oh, Ryan with his head up. It's Alex Scott coming forward. What's happening here? Jimenez and out wide. Corner one. Corner one. 2 minutes at a time at the end of the first half. 2 minutes at a time. Can Bournemouth get level before the break? Deep delivery on the corner. Was back to David Brooks, the corner taker. Alex Scott hurls one in. Last half a minute of the 2 added on. Could be one last chance in the half. Ryan just about gets it across, and Krupi's near post effort at a difficult angle, unable to convert it. That's the half-time whistle. And an interesting first half, one in which that will be frustrating for Bournemouth, but it was a gift of a goal and a mistake that led to the goal from Eliza Mayenda. Bournemouth did get back into it, but failed to offer a more suitable response. Half-time score is 1-0 to Sunderland. Well, the advertising. Midweek Mayhem, of course. Midweek Mayhem on TNT Sports. There you go. Blackburn winning, they'll lose. They'll lose. Let's have a look at the half-time scores. Round it. There we go. So, EFL Championship, Derby County 0, Blackburn Rovers 1. That will finish 2-1 to Derby. Hayden Carter with the late goal, 45+1. Goalless between Leicester and Norwich and Portsmouth and Hull. 3 o'clock kickoffs include Charlton Athletic against Wrexham, Coventry against Stoke City, Ipswich Town against Swansea, Oxford United against West Bromwich Albion, Preston North End against Millwall, Queen's Park Rangers, Sheffield United, and Sheffield Wednesday, who are relegated from the EFL Championship, against Southampton. League 2, 1-1 Leyton Orient Barnsley. Goal scorers Dylan Levitt to equalise for Leyton Orient after David McGoldrick's opener for Barnsley on 10 minutes, 1-1. And Northampton leading Peterborough United by goal to nil, 44th minute, Tom Eaves' opening goal. Cambridge 0, MK Dons 0 in League 2. Shrewsbury are 1-0 down against Walsall. Just about at half-time. Now hits half-time. Priestley, Farquharson with the 28th minute opening goal for Walsall. And Swindon Town 0, Bristol Rovers 1. Kane Thompson-Sommers with the goal on 43 minutes. And just as that one's about at half-time, equaliser Shrewsbury against Walsall to make it 1-1. So equaliser Shrewsbury against Walsall in League 2. And remember, you can get the full scores flash from Realltom Football at 5:15, and in the opening stages of our coverage of Leeds against Manchester City. So that's your goal flash at the beginning of Leeds against Man City. And Leeds United against Manchester City is set to be a really entertaining game. And we will start our build-up and coverage for it at 5:15 with the watch-along starting then. have a look at today's poll. 54% of the voting back in Bournemouth for the win. 13 votes, it is 23% draw and 23% Sunderland. So, can Bournemouth complete a comeback? You would expect them to do so. Yeah. Bloody stiff you, aren't you? Mm. Let's give that a quick shake. A quick shake. Just to mix in the powder. Mm. Well, I've got a choice tonight for my dinner. Either a paella, ready meal, or fish and chips. And by the way, yes, I do have Coca-Cola as well this weekend, but I'm saving it for a little bit later on. We're really looking forward next week to Wednesday, when I will make my second visit in about 6 months, 7 months, 8 months to the American Express Stadium, a ground that I said I would never visit up until the point of a certain person quitting YouTube. And yeah, the American Express is my next away day with Arsenal and is the next attendance alert on Realltom Football. So the American Express Stadium, Brighton against Arsenal on Wednesday, will be the next game that I attend. And that, people, is not a double down for attendances, but it is actually a triple down, because there have been more than one home fixtures for Arsenal against Brighton this year. Of course, we played them in the Carabao Cup at home as well. And so it will be a triple down on Arsenal against Brighton this year. Two home games, one away. And who knows, if we can get a good away tie in the FA Cup, maybe like a Newcastle or something like that, I'll do that as well. But obviously, as it comes with Premier League away days, this will be my final Premier League away day, unless any information changes on what the information is beyond the Brighton game that I've been given on away games. So yeah, FA Cup, Champions League, that's where kind of the away days will sit. Obviously, I will always take advantage of a domestic away day if it's in the Champions League. And yeah, I probably should do a Champions League match at some point this season, because I've only done one this season, one in my entire lifetime, and that was PSV Eindhoven's visit to the Emirates. So, Bournemouth 0, Sunderland 1 is the scoreline at the Vitality. And my end of the man for Sunderland. Can Bournemouth find a response? Second half is going to be underway in around about 5 minutes time. And let's just have a quick look at the 3 o'clock kickoffs that are on offer for you guys today over across the Premier League. They include a trip to Burnley for Brentford, which you would expect them to win, although there have been a few times where Brentford have had a comfortable fixture and they've not won it. And that is something that can happen for all teams, but you would expect Brentford to get the job done at Turf Moor at 3 o'clock. Liverpool should be beating West Ham comfortably. I've gone 4-0 for that one. And a bit of a banana skin for Newcastle with Everton's strong away form, as Everton are indeed going to Jesus Park at 3 o'clock. And need it, no introduction, that 5:30 kickoff, Leeds against Man City, is very exciting. And kickoff is at 5:30 with a 5:15 start on that game at 5:30. Super Sunday tomorrow consists of 3 2 o'clock kickoffs, one 4:30. Brighton against Forest and Fulham Spurs are taking place. But I will be keeping my eyes on Manchester United against Crystal Palace at 2 o'clock. Arsenal-Chelsea is the 4:30 kickoff. And remember, there will be a mandatory fan cam after full time at the Emirates Stadium. Just starting to creep back into the second halves. Now, I can see that the EFL Championship is starting to get back underway. We are probably going to get about 13:32 for the second half start. Oh, that's a nice advert. About retirement, I like that. This one's all right as well with the bears and the car. Right then, second half's about to get back underway as TNT are back out of their ad break. Here we go then. Won't be easy for Bournemouth, I don't think. But they need to find a way. They should be beating Sunderland at home and the second half is underway. Fans slowly just making their way back from the concourse. I think there is a large portion of the Vitality that's still empty. Talby. Oh, Diarra's in behind one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And good save. Big opportunity. Needs to be Bournemouth who make an influence these early stages, but an early warning of a second goal by Sunderland. And making a huge difference for Sunderland is our good old Granit Xhaka. They've struggled to build a momentum, Bournemouth, really, in the game. They've struggled to deliver a customised performance. Evan Nelson's flick on, that's not going to, it's not going to drop. Yeah, you get that feeling they're going to have to work really hard for a goal here, Bournemouth. Tyler Adams and Alex Jimenez on the right. Or floated in. Tell you what, it's a good take by Robin Reeves. He might have just banged the ball of player on the head, though, with the ball in his hands. No infringement anyway. Geertruida receives the ball. Distributed by Robin Roofs and Ballard, fed by Xhaka. Truffet. Marcos Senesi. Evan Nilsson's movement. Tyler Adams. Andrew Fair. Alex Jimenez, good ball. Oh, Tavernier fired it across brilliantly on the half volley. That was brilliant by Tavernier. It's a great bit of skill on the volley. What a ball across. Andoni Iraola is quiet, but looks frustrated on that touchline. Just got a glimpse of him there. Adams Tavernier gets a push in the back by number 6 or 16. Maybe number 19, Habib Diarra, actually. For me, it was a foul. I mean, you come steaming ahead, you give a guy a push in the back with your hand. Tavernier showing his frustration and has been warned. Well, really exciting game coming up later this evening, guys. Leeds, Manchester City. It should be brilliant. I don't want to overhype it too much, but it's a game which I know for a fact is going to get me right up high energy levels. It's just, for me, that is the game to look forward to this weekend. And 5:30 start. 5:30 kickoff, rather 5:15 start for us on Realltom Football for it. That should be the game of the weekend, that one tomorrow later. It might not be, but it should be. It's a foul in the back. Just overstepped the mark there. Nah. Not quite. Well, Lewis Cook in the TV picture frame in his designer clothes, not involved in the matchday squad at all. Sunderland throw, Gear Shrouder prepared to take. And decent distance on it. Got a flick by my ender, but a flick which caused Bournemouth to lose the ball. Sunderland to lose the ball. And yeah, as for Bournemouth, they really need to build up some momentum here. I know that it's a struggle because Sunderland are playing a very high press. They're looking quite strong with Xhaka back in the team, but you've got to find a way to break the lines and start building momentum. It's the home team in a game you should be winning. And that's no disrespect for Sunderland, but for me, you should be beating Sunderland as Bournemouth at home. Nicely worked. Go Trouder. It's Talby. I'm so excited for that game later. I'm so excited for that game later. I'm really in the mood for that one later. I really am. I mean, this is just... Well, VAR. I've just heard the words from Adam Summerton. Wait while VAR have a look. So that is not the best. If I'm honest, it looked like Xhaka stamped on the toe of his opposition player. I mean, we're going to have to see more replays of the challenge. Okay, so the challenge is initiated by Tyler Adams. Yeah, it studs onto the ankle. VAR is still checking this for a red card for serious foul play, and to be fair, the studs are showing it's on the ankle. And it could be a red card. The check is complete and the on-field decision of yellow card stands. The Sunderland fans, though, did sing "You're Not Fit to Referee" to Jared Gillett. However, I think it is a difficult decision. And sometimes if you're a ref, it's just easier to give a yellow card because you know you've got VAR to back you up. And Granit Xhaka coming back from injury. Hopefully he's okay to continue. He's back on his feet. Most certainly will feel the after effects of that challenge for sure. Well, a bit of space there for Tavernier to turn into. So it's just wasteful. I mean, every time Bournemouth have crossed into Sunderland's half, they've tried every trick in the book, Bournemouth, to try and conjure up some magic, but they've just had the ball nicked off them. They're playing really, really high, Sunderland. They're not sitting in a low block. They're playing really, really high. They've got a potentness about them. And Bournemouth, it's been a long while since I've seen Bournemouth struggle this much to get forward. True fair, lovely ball if it's going to lead to something. How about true fair? So Tyler Adams replaced by Ryan Christie for the remaining half an hour. Can Ryan Christie be the person who delivers the goods for Bournemouth? And yeah, probably the right call to take Adams off the pitch, just in case he gets a second yellow card. And when it is such a edgy kind of yellow card on the very, very fence of red, and VAR have to intervene, well, yeah, Adams would be walking a tightrope. So probably the right call by Andoni Iraola. Christie, free kick. Little push in the back by Alex Jimenez there on Enzo Lafay. Enzo Lafay did turn his head, but that's a lovely ball. And it leads to the equaliser, and it's an instant impact for the substitute, Evanescent. Well, I say instant, not quite instant, but Evanescent gets Bournemouth level in a game where they've been frustrated, in a game where they could have been down to 10 men, in a game where Sunderland have had Xhaka back and played really well. But they've found something. And Evanescent, their substitute striker, makes an impact. An impact which didn't look like it was coming, because they've really struggled in this game all the way through, Bournemouth, to get through this Sunderland defence. And Sunderland have been playing a high line, which has led to potentness and consistent losing of the ball. And Iraola off his seat, out of that frustration, and fist pump in the air. VAR checking for a possible handball. That is looking like it's hit his arm and gone into the back of the net. If it hits his arm or his hand and it leads directly to a goal, it can't stand. If it's off the shoulder, it can stand. And does he head it onto his arm? The goal's been given. Yeah, you needed a bit of a more conclusive angle, really, is what I'd say there. But yeah, like I say, the laws are simple. If it hits the arm or the shoulder, sorry, the arm or the hand and goes into the back of the net, cannot stand. But if it's the shoulder, it can, and obviously head onto arm. If you head it onto your arm, and I think it's okay as well. Or chest onto arm as well. Well, Bournemouth are in the same ranks as Sunderland for picking up points from a losing positions. 14 for them from a losing position. Can they make it? 16 points by getting all 3 points against Sunderland with 24 minutes remaining in the match. Oh, yeah. 1-1. Tavernier, and that is definitely a foul by Geertruida. I don't think it'll be any more, but I can't even see the referee. There he is. Jarrah Gillett. Evanilson. Not quite the perfect one, so he didn't go out. It's good work by Jimenez there to get in front of Mayenda. And this is what Bournemouth need to do now. They need to keep the ball, get Sunderland starving, and start to build momentum for themselves to go on and win the game. True fair. Ball through by Alex Scott. Not the best of first contacts by Tavernier. Second contact is good. And a little touch of Talby there for a throw-in, which is taken quickly. And Tavernier onto Marcos Senesi. And that drifts out of play on the opposite side of the pitch for a Sunderland throw. I think Sunderland are about to bring back Bertrand Traoré, who's been injured for roughly 13 games. So, the former Villa player, I think maybe Wolves as well, Bertrand Traoré is going to come on. That's taking a ricochet, comes from the Bournemouth front. Play has been paused so that Bertrand Traoré can, when he's taken his fluids, get on the pitch. And on to replace Talby is Bertrand Traoré. So that is the substitution. Bertrand Traoré replacing replacing Talby. Tavernier gets his head to it. Evanilson struggling to keep the ball, but kept it just about. Christie had to evade a Sunderland player. There might have been a oh! Wow, did he hit that well, Jimenez? And yeah, Christie, there isn't a foul in there, but Christie just catches Lefeu's, who was down and stayed down, I think. That's Jimenez. Wow, what took that shot? What an effort it was, by the way, by Alex Jimenez. Robin Roofs. The long ball, and it's given away. 20 minutes for Bournemouth, who are starting to look the better team. Jimenez, Evan Ilson, did he get a foul in the back of him as he went down? Excellent wing play by Jimenez. Just getting the better of Trey Hume. That's a foul. That's a foul. Yeah. Accidental by Scott, but is a foul. Difficult game next for Sunderland, I must say. And if you're asking me, that's a nailed-on win for Leeds. Being at home as well. Yeah, could be 6 points in the next couple of days for Leeds if they can do the right things tonight against Man City. Could be 6 points for them. I'll tell you what, 6 points for Leeds would be really quite significant, actually, if they were to win these next 2 games against Man City and Sunderland at home. It would move them onto 37 points, which could potentially, if all goes in their favour, move them up to 11th. In fact, their goal difference is only a -9. So if they're to win the next 2 games by both 2-goal margins, that puts them level on goal difference with Sunderland at least. But yeah, they're in 15th right now. I mean, it all depends on, obviously, a lot of things, but hi, I'm Brazilian. Cheers for Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, the new winger at Bournemouth, Brazilian guy, is he? Well, big up to you from Twitch at Bone CRVG. Oh. I genuinely thought that was going to be danger for Bournemouth then, but it can, I mean, whoa. Struggling to get out, Bournemouth, and I think they're going to get out now. Christie, they are. Evan Ilson. Ryan on that right. Not bad. Not bad. Decent winger. I mean, I'm not a Bournemouth fan, so I don't get to see too much of him. And this has been a difficult game for Bournemouth, so definitely Yeah, yeah. Truth slashes it across. Take a touch, rebalance yourself, and that'd be a perfect delivery. Granit Xhaka manages 75 minutes on return from injury, and he is going to be coming off to be replaced. By Sunderland number 10, Angulo. Who is that? I've not heard of Angulo before. I'm just listening to the commentator, Adam Summerton, and he's saying stuff about the Belgian League and a deadline day move. So, a January move for him. Let's have a further look. Full name, Nilson Angulo. And his player profile. He used to play for Anderlecht. His market value is 6.8 million. And he moved. So he's been Atletico Kid on a loan move, Liga de Quito reserve, then LDU, which I think is the same club, but the main part of it. Then moved to RSC Anderlecht for 1.9 million. And then moved to, Ballard, Sunderland for 17.3 million euro. So, his market value has increased massively then since moving to Anderlecht on the 1st of July 2022. In 4 years, that's a big market value increase. Made his debut for Ecuador's national team October 2021. Only scored 1 goal for Ecuador, but 12 appearances. As for his goal-scoring output for Anderlecht, his old club, before moving to Sunderland, he got himself a brace in a 4-2 defeat to Gent. Prior to that, he scored a goal against Saint Truidens for Anderlecht in a win. Before that, it was a goal against Union SG. Also scored for Ecuador, his first Ecuadorian goal nationally then, because he's only scored 1 national goal against New Zealand in a 2-0 win. But yeah, roughly, he is averaging what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 6 goals practically so far this season for the all competitions nationally and for his old club and elect. I mean, Adley is on the pitch for Bournemouth. And on the Faye free kick, Ballard was making a move for their header, Ryan. Offside, won't count. Well, there was a lot of bodies in the box. Trouder definitely straight offside. And he does get the final contact. He's offside. Yeah, it won't count. And yeah, the fact that he didn't appeal either when the decision was made tells you all you need to know. He knew it was offside. Are we going to get a winner at the Vitality? My prediction was 2-0 Bournemouth. Could it be 2-1 Bournemouth? Catch by Petrovic. A big deflection on that from Senesi. And it is going to be a corner. Yeah, the deflection on that, had it not come, that would have been on a play for Adley, I feel. Definitely an edgy ending. It could go either way. But I think we'll get a winning goal. You would hope we get a winning goal as well. That, though, is a very good take by Robin Roofs from that corner. So they're going to try and break. Noah Siddiqui hit the back of Trey Hume. Did the ball. That's a clever free kick to win by Alex Scott. He had a Sunderland player getting back at him. And that decision just to roll over and win the foul is clever. Because he didn't need to. And he wasn't going to. But the contact was definitely coming in the back of him. And he was definitely going to lose the ball. Well, Evan Ilson being substituted as a sub came off the bench and now goes back onto the bench. Ooh, problems could be, but cleared away by Truefair. Good clearance. Trout under pressure. He's got a couple of Bournemouth players going at him. And the pullback earns a yellow card for Toff, who has only just come on the pitch to replace Evan Ilson. Little pull on the shirt. An Enzo Lafay free kick. And it does hit the new man. Angula, but it's right on the touchline, but goes into the bottom. It needed to be a better ball. Comfortably intercepted by Dan Ballon. Showed good strength as well. Geertruider's got all the space and time in the world, really. Not forcing the issue enough, Bournemouth. But Adley there closing down worked better. Poor ball. One back quickly though. Truefair. And ball across on the turn. Can they get the shot away? Is it going to go in? No. It could have. It could have. He just couldn't set himself as he was on the turn to try and get his shot away. I think it was that man, Toff. Oh, that's a bad challenge on Christie. Play on, says the referee. And the game is getting stretched for the first real time. Nobody in the box there. That cross. Oh, it's so close to a winning goal on the turn. Just get the feeling there might be some late drama at the Vitality Stadium. You just get that feeling. Ryan. Alex Scott. Ryan. It will be a front. Closed down by Trey Hume. Wearing the captain's armband for Sunderland now that Jack is off the pitch. Jimenez, no foul there. Dispossessed. It was a clean tackle, I thought, by Angulon. It's a great tackle by Christie on Angulon. No, that's not a yellow card. He won the ball. He won the ball. He won the ball. That's not a yellow card. He won the ball. He wins the frigging ball. Yeah, okay, he goes through Lafay. He wins the ball. Christie does. He wins the ball. Christie in the book. I mean, unless I'm going mad, he wins the ball. And Andoni Iraola being booked as well on the touchline. Eight minutes of added time, guys. So this could be a real blockbuster ending, as we are watching two teams search for a winner. One team who's performed a lot better than the other for the most part. The other now performing well after a bit of a slog against the side who, like I say, were performing really well. Alex Scott does well to get away. Now can Bournemouth create something that is worthwhile and something meaningful? Can they find the one opportunity? Christie's ball. Adley with the knockdown. And can they set themselves? There might be a handball. There might be a handball. Truffert. Adley. Senesi. Alex Scott. Alex Jimenez. Christie. Edge of the box. That's going to be a corner. Headed down by Adley. Off the chest of Toff. And no, it hits the elbow of Ballard. I don't think there's much you can do about that. His arm's down. And yeah, there is a threshold as to whether or not it's given his handball. Bournemouth corner them from the right, and it looks like a really good delivery. And it's cleared as far as Truffert. Game's been stopped. Because Senesi is down. I think he might. He's holding the top part of his mouth near his teeth, top teeth. He's sort of got his lip like that. And he's doing that. Well, this is what we want out of games like this. We want nervy endings. We want excitement. We want edge. We want to... Yeah. Certainly. A long old trip for the Sunderland fans. And they've seen their team perform well. But are they going to see their team lose? I mean, you bear in mind that some will have travelled last night and stayed in a hotel. Probably will hang around for a bit until like 5 o'clock and then go home. I mean, if I lived up there, that's what I would do. I mean, obviously, I've booked a hotel for Brighton on Wednesday. Well, it's going to be a yellow card. Oh, it's getting meaty. It's getting gritty. It's an unpolished bone, this one. It's an unpolished bone. And if you don't know what I mean by that, say, for example, you get, I don't know, a chicken wing. And you finish the chicken, but the bone has still got lots of little bits on it. That's what I mean. Or a rib. So Wilson Isidore's going to be coming off, and coming on rather to replace the man who got his first goal since opening day, Eliza Mayenda, and it could have been the winner had it not been for Ev Allison's equaliser. Of course, that goal could turn out to mean nothing because it is Bournemouth who are carrying the threat to win the game at this stage. Hume's ball forward done. Could be dangerous. Adley puts his body on the line. I think he's going to win the free kick there. It's a throw-in, nothing more. Senesi. About 2 minutes to go of the 8 minutes added on, although there might be a bit more. That's been stop-start. Enes Unal, there's nobody there further forward for that ball. Trufer should be winning that. Doesn't. That's a good foot-in. That's a great foot-in by Senesi. Just a little sneaky foot-in to get the ball away from Sunderland players back to his goalkeeper. And really, we're in the final minute, but there might be a bit more. That's a great tackle. Scott sliding in. Jimenez does well. Stays in front of Angulo. Has to protect the ball. Can he prevent Gazidi in the corner? Yes, he can. Gets it out to Christie. Can Bournemouth get up the pitch? Alex Scott. Knocked down by Unal. Out wide to the right. Not much space. Need an out ball. Are they going to get an out ball? No. Well, it's a foul. Drawn the foul. Enzo Lafayette. And man of the match has been given to Marcus Tavernier by TNT Sports. I think if you're in the Vitality right now, both sets of fans have got the nerves jangling. We're into the 99th minute. And the knockdown for Senesi. Oh, just a little bit sharper with his execution there. And I think he would have generated the power. Still time. Still time. Tough. Cleared. Oh, deflection. Corner, surely. Turned behind by Trey Hume, I think, from Rayan's effort. It's a goal kick. I thought it came off Trey Hume. Robin Roos is going to take his time. And to understandable measure. I don't think the ref's going to play a lot longer. Has to be now for Bournemouth. And it would be a great comeback considering how poorly they played in the first half. And the first 15 of the second. Oh, intercepted by Jimenez. Kept in. And this probably will be the last chance to attack. Free kick's been given. Foul on Toff, and we're in the 101st minute. And the clock just ticks on. Has to be perfect. Because you feel this is it for AFC Bournemouth. And it's kept in. And still in play. And busy in the box. Sunderland clear. The whistle's going to go if you don't get it into the box. We're still going on. He hasn't even got the whistle to his mouth. Jared Gillett. Oh, shot from range. Oh. Narrowly wide. And the corner's been given and we go on. Still 102 minutes now, we're up, guys. Will there be a winner? It's high. The referee has seen infringement. What's this? He's just thrown the ball away. It's a foul on Robin Roofs, isn't it? Yeah. So corner's going to be retaken. If I were you, I'd get Petrovic up. Is he coming up, Petrovic? No, I don't think he is. And punched by Roofs. Comes out to Ryan Christie. Digs out something. And on the stretch. And the full-time whistle. 102 minutes and 25 seconds. Add on the 2 minutes on the first half. What a game in the end. And how close were Bournemouth to completing a fantastic comeback when it all seemed like nothing was going to go for them in the first 60-odd minutes when Sunderland were outstanding. But they so nearly won it, Bournemouth, in the end. But the final score at the Vitality Stadium is Bournemouth 1, Sunderland 1. And folks, you can now enjoy the 3 o'clock kickoffs, which are going to be available for you to keep yourselves updated via Soccer Saturday. And of course, we will be back on your screens at 5:15 for that huge game between Leeds and Manchester City, which is a 5:30 kickoff, and it should be exciting. Hopefully, a little bit more exciting than this one. Although for saying that, a very, very exciting ending to this game. Final score once more at the Vitality Stadium is Bournemouth 1, Sunderland 1. Next up, Leeds Man City at 5:15.